Yeah, we're going to talk about the spa stuff. And so, okay, I guess we need to go back through everything anyway, because other people will watch this.
Yeah.
So the reason, again, we were just talking because we go right from one thing to the other. So I'm going to redo that. But we, 9 years ago,
Sure.
when we were first introduced to the oils, we kind of learned about the oils, learned about different things. And then we started to learn a little bit more. That's why we call it a journey. For me, that's just such an all-encompassing, it's such a great word, because again, we're all in different places on the journey. Some of us have been, and even for those of us that maybe have been doing this for a long time, we're still in different places journey-wise. So, but I remember hearing the phrase toxic load. And then hormone disruptors and all this kind of stuff. And I always, and those of you that have been around for a day or two, have heard us talk about, Carol and I taught a class several years ago over in East Tennessee, and we talked about women's health. And I know for a fact that we verbally, I hate to say verbally vomited, but I mean, I saw the look on people's face. They were like, what in the world are you talking about? So our plan is to not do that tonight, but to kind of talk through the fact. The bottom line is anything that we use on our body, take in the body, inhale, all the things.
Yes, I get to move out of the camera.
All those things affect the body. So again, and I did not realize, just a little bit sarcastic. I did not know that what we put on our body matters. And we were just talking, if you think about it, when you're in the shower, and that heat, what does it do? It opens up the pores. So then all of a sudden, now your body is even more open to whatever you're using. And we were talking about shampoo. You put the shampoo on and then you rinse it off, and what does it do? It runs down your body. So anything like that we're using goes into the body. Hey. And so that's why spa stuff matters. Lotion matters, soap matters, all the things. So
I found a statistic or a factoid today. It was very timely, that the question on the thing was, do you know what one of the major causes of estrogen dominance is? It's environmental toxins.
Whoa. Yeah. So we were just talking, I mean, again, as women, and the majority of us in this, in doTERRA, that use doTERRA, I know we pull our families in, but a lot of it's kind of women, what's the word? Spearheaded, but that's not the word, and how many deal with physical issues, hormone issues.
Let me talk for just a second. This is about that. This says, do you know what estrogen dominance does to your body? It causes abnormal cycles, thyroid dysfunction, fibrocystic breast tumors, infertility, panic attacks, mood swings, weight gain, hair loss, and more. So, and that is all. Ooh. Here's some of the things that can cause when we talk about environmental toxins, we're talking about things like plastics, household cleaners, personal hygiene products, makeup, and pesticides.
Yeah. And again, like I said, when you start, again, some of you may already be kind of going on this journey, but there are some significant things, even from the aspect of feminine hygiene products, whatever kind you use, the fact that there's chlorine in them. It is this whole entire thing. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you my naivety. 8 years ago, I honestly thought to myself, if it is on the counter, on the shelves for us to buy, surely they don't mean harm to us. Like, I don't understand. And that is my personality. Yeah. I mean, my personality is, never is my intention, I can say, really truly to hurt someone. So that whole concept, I was like, what do you mean this stuff could be bad for us? Like, what do you mean something could harm us?
Why would the government let us use something they know is going to harm us?
Yeah, it was my thought. I know. I've come a long way in the last 8 years. But anyway, all of that to say, we have options, and there's a level of, we have control. I mean, we've talked about this, not so much the spa line, but it does include some of that. When somebody has a child that might be struggling on the spectrum, might be struggling with focus, that kind of things. I have a friend of mine who leads a huge doTERRA team. And she said that one of the first things that she will say to a mama, when they say, what oil can I use for, whether, again, it's the spectrum, whether it's focus, whatever it is, she literally says, okay, first, before you use anything, I want you to go home and I want you to unplug any scent producing thing that you might have in your house. I want you to switch laundry soap. I want you to, and my mind just went blank, but she has about 4 things where she
Take
just
out
says,
your air fresheners,
Yeah.
your plug-ins,
any kind of even room spray, something like that. Just stop that.
candles.
And she said, you will be amazed at what that does.
Yeah.
Just that, just doing that. And then we can kind of go, because if you think about it, we're throwing good things at it all the while. If we're continuing to do some of this other stuff, they kind of start fighting against each other. So interesting. So
Yeah.
again, it kind of falls along the same line as our spa products. Again, things we use on our body. Because again, things that we use on our body soak into our body. And if you've ever doubted that or think, I don't know how much that is true. We have a friend who was sick at the time, and his family put oregano on his feet to help with this whole thing. And within just a few minutes, he was burping oregano. And he had not had spaghetti. So if you doubt that, it literally soaks into the body. So if oregano's doing that, what else are we doing? I mean, we always talk about using oils on the bottom of our feet. So it's just the process.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about our products in our spa line, and we're just going to talk about what's in them, kind of how we use them.
Well, and something else that I was reminded of yesterday. Did you see Susan Johnson's post yesterday?
I normally see them every day. But
She
maybe I
did
see
an
them.
incredible video yesterday that talked about the fact that I can't remember what she called it, but it was basically along the lines of that you need to take ownership when you're going to the doctor, because there are times when like, for example, she was saying that I think she said they spend in medical school, sometimes they'll only spend like 2 days.
There are 2 classes.
I was going to say, it's very
Nutrition
on
classes.
natural solutions to things.
Yeah.
And that includes all of them. It includes homeopathic stuff. It includes essential oils. It includes herbs. It includes all the things. So, you're all that to say, if you're at your doctor's office or your medical professional's office talking about the fact that your hormones are all jacked up, they might or might not think to ask you about the products that you're using. But now you know better.
I would fall over if they said that.
I know.
I would. I mean, and again, in their defense, a lot of this stuff has just kind of become, it's been around and people have known that, but it's become way more prominent and more people know about it. And there's more people to go, hey, hang on a second. I'm not sure, whatever, and
I love the whole idea that once we know better, we can do better.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
After tonight, you're going to know better about some things.
And hear me when I say, I'm not telling you to shuck it all and, whatever, that isn't, but there are things that we can do without really even trying very hard.
Right.
That can make a difference. And I did mean to say this on, you want to talk about this first? Again, briefly. This is our shampoo and conditioner. It's been out of stock. It is just back, and everyone is super excited. All sorts of crazy gifts and emojis that we've seen, but good stuff. But what I meant to say on the other is that this can come in, you can buy them single, you can buy 2 of these, you can buy 2 of these, and then you can buy 1 of each, which is always a great thing. And I have to do that now because I've gotten so low on both of them, but usually I usually buy 2 and 2 and rotate.
You can also buy both of these in a 1 liter bottle.
Which is a big old bottle of this. And let me tell you, when it falls off the shelf in the bathroom,
it
makes a really loud noise in the shower. And you think someone may have died in there is what it sounds like. So, but our shampoo and conditioner is incredible. We just talked, you want to tell again, like the oils that are in that?
The shampoo contains lime and orange oils.
Smells yummy.
There's a few others also, I think. Maybe
okay, now we talk on a regular basis about photosensitivity to oils.
Yep.
Do we have to be concerned? Because I like to wash my hair every day.
This is the list of ingredients in our shampoo.
Okay.
Lime and wild orange are about midway through the list.
Okay.
So they're highly diluted in the shampoo itself.
Okay.
And then you're diluting it by using water.
Right. Yeah.
And rinsing it off. So it's not.
I already knew the answer to that because I washed my hair, like I said, almost every day. And like all last summer, I sat out in the sun in the morning every day, and I didn't have any issues. So didn't burn
now,
myself.
if you were to slather this on your skin and then go outside without rinsing it off, there might be a problem.
If you decided to use it like sunscreen, that would be a problem. Yeah.
So that's the shampoo. The conditioner has. I was just reading off.
It's a long list of oils.
The oils included are lavender, peppermint, Atlantic cedar, marjoram, niaouli, rosemary, lavender, eucalyptus, ylang ylang, lime.
Okay, so you just said
Lemon.
marjoram. Okay, this is interesting, and this may not be the case, but marjoram is an oil that will actually help to smooth out
Mhm.
knotted muscles. So it makes me think, does it smooth out the knots in your hair?
It does.
Oh, I know it's conditioner.
But here's where I was going with that. Did you know that your body can carry a lot of tension in your scalp?
Oh,
A
true.
lot.
Yeah.
When I go to get a massage from time to time,
Isn't that crazy?
I tend to carry most of my tension in my neck and shoulders, but she has started working on my head
The
as
muscles
well.
in your head. Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if it would help smooth out those muscles
Yeah.
too and help relax
I
you.
don't think so. So yeah,
That
so
and
interesting.
peppermint.
And again, one of the things that I am never surprised by is the thought that that doTERRA puts into things, and everything is for a reason. It's not just a filler. It's not just a whatever. It's literal the thought process. And sometimes we don't know all of the, even sometimes all the emotional components of oils or
Right.
whatever. And then you start looking at it and you're like, well, duh.
Right.
That makes
Well,
complete
think
sense.
about
why
what
it's
I
in there.
just listed off that's in here. Lavender,
Mhm.
calming.
Calming. Mhm.
There were several citrus oils, lime, lemon.
Which is cleansing.
Yep. It's also uplifting.
Mhm.
Ylang ylang,
Mhm.
great for women's health.
Mhm.
Rosemary, that's
Mhm.
another one that is between the rosemary and the peppermint. They're uplifting. They'll open passageways.
And I think
They'll help with hair growth because
Yes,
they're
that's
opening
what I
the
was
hair
just gonna say.
follicles
Yeah,
as
I know
well.
rosemary is a good one for
Yeah,
for hair growth.
Yeah, good for memory. Good reminder from over here in the peanut gallery.
Yeah. Eggs like how do I get
Yeah,
peanut?
yeah. So that's just a little bit about this is
Yeah.
oh, and the shampoo and conditioner, I've had my hairstylist make
Mhm.
mention of it's good stuff.
Mhm.
I've gotten to the place now where I carry these in with me to the hairstylist when I go to get my hair done.
Yeah.
And when she washes it, she's using that now. She still uses, I haven't found a hairspray to replace
I haven't either.
the toxins in that, but we've reduced so much else.
Yeah. And I have discovered I literally have seen a couple DIYs for hairspray,
Mhm.
and the main ingredient in them is sugar. Guys, I would have bees flying around my head. So I'm like,
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna make my own hairspray. It's just not,
Absolutely.
yeah. And I found
Okay.
a couple others that are seem to be
Here's
really
what I
better.
would like to do. We talked about, and we're still going to pass the basket around.
Don't be messing with my basket.
I
over
know,
here.
but I would also like for them,
Mhm.
those who are watching
Mhm.
live, I want to give you
And here
benefit
live.
to being here
Yes.
live, whether it's your body's here or you're on the screen.
or your name's here.
Yeah. I would like for you to type in the comments one of your favorite doTERRA spa line products.
Okay. Well, or maybe if they haven't, maybe it's when they want to try.
Yes.
Let's do that too.
Yes.
Because if they might. Okay. So let's.
Well, you
I'm
get to choose out
gonna.
of the basket.
I'm gonna
so.
reach in and pull one out first.
Okay.
Okay. Woo! This is, guys. I love this lotion. Love it. Is this one open here?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna pass it around so that they can use it here. This lotion is amazing. Are you gonna tell what is
Oh.
in it or how?
It-
there's not much.
They have a light it's a non-greasy formula, and it really does. It doesn't have that
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
sticky,
Yeah,
you're
no.
going to drop everything feeling when you get done using it. It contains jojoba and macadamia seed oils, maru
That sounds fun.
and theobroma seed butters,
Whoa.
and nourishing plant extracts.
Yeah. And this-
Absorbs real
yeah,
quickly.
It does. Well, and the great thing about this is it's not scented
Right.
with anything extra. It smells really good. I mean, it just is a real
It's just a light,
yeah.
clean,
but
fresh.
it you can add whatever you want to the lotion. So when I deal, those of you know, I deal with some skin issues. It used to be really bad.
Mhm.
And so I would add whatever oil, and I had to really, those of you that may or may not realize your body is super adaptable, sometimes even in bad ways, where if you find something that's working for you, your body can actually fight against that, and it will adapt, and then isn't as useful. So I use all sorts of oils in the lotion on my skin, depending on what was working for me at the time.
So,
and
Amy,
so-
how do you do that?
Let me tell you. So you just take a little bit of the lotion, however much you need, depending on what you're doing. And then you can just drop oil, whatever you're using, in the lotion, and then proceed to put it on. Citrus, sometimes I use Citrus Bliss. Again, when you're doing lotion, you do need to think about the citrus oils
Yeah.
and the photosensitivity of that, depending on where you're putting the lotion. I've done geranium. I've done rosemary. I've done tea tree. Tea tree is huge. If you're dealing with any type of skin stuff, tea tree is a good one. So putting, which used to be called Melaleuca, but I'm in the habit now of calling it tea tree. That's great. Smells very clean. So, but the lotion itself, it's just very clean. And you're just like, oh, it's so nice. And again, it's not greasy. I could probably open a jar lid if I needed to, so yeah, so that is just our basic lotion, which I love.
Yeah.
So it does come, I'm going to pull out the other lotions just real quick since we're talking about lotion. But again, guys, think about it. You take lotion, you put it on, and I don't know about you, but I use lotion because of the skin stuff that I struggle with. I do that every morning and every night. I do pretty much my whole body in lotion of sometimes. I will tell you, sometimes I just use coconut oil straight, like buy the big thing at Sam's of the like you would in cooking. And I use that on my skin once a day. And then the other, I usually use either our body butter or the lotion with that. So, but again, I do that twice a day just to try and help my skin health. So let me show you the other lotions that we have because we're talking about lotion at the moment. I think that's all. Okay. So doTERRA has Citrus Bliss lotion, which is super yummy and super, if those of you that know, Citrus Bliss smells like a creamsicle. And that is one, and it comes in this size little thing. It's easy to carry. Man, I can't get it back on. Carry in your purse or sit by the sink or whatever you want to do. That we have rose lotion, which this was for a point in time. I used this on my skin and it helped immensely. Rose is a huge healer in general.
Yeah.
And but this lotion is super yummy. And that has the rose, and that was really handy too before we could get rose like we can now in the touch. And that rose is only available when you do you buy it. It goes to Healing Hands. So it is $20, and that whole thing goes to Healing Hands.
It's 0 PV and $20.
And so, but that's a huge.
But the entire $20 goes to the Healing Hands Foundation,
which is doTERRA's human philanthropic things that they do. All different organizations. Operation Underground Railroad is one that we are huge supporters of as well. So, and then we have body butter. The body butter is, I love the lotion, but the body butter is thick. And it has grapefruit and frankincense. And I cannot read this small of writing. So let's see if Carol can, or I'll have to put on my other glasses. But I'm pretty sure it's grapefruit. And I know it has frankincense because my dad had an injury about a year ago and had an injury that wouldn't heal. In fact, when they first started seeing things, they threw out the word amputation. So that's how bad this issue was. So he was having to have this wrapped and cleaned and all the things. And so my mom was talking to me one day and I'm like, what are they doing with that? And she was telling me what they were using. They would unwrap it and then they were using something else. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. I said, so I mentioned frankincense. And then she said, what if I suggest the body butter? And I was like, yeah, that would at least be. And they did that, and they could see a huge difference once they just switched to the body butter. So it's still that lotion, but it had frankincense in it and that. So yeah. I love all of our lotions. I think they're phenomenal, lotions wise. What you looking at?
So we got the oils in that one are.
Oh, the body butter. Yeah, because none of us have young enough eyes here to. Isn't it?
That's super tiny print. Wild orange, Douglas fir, frankincense. Okay. Sweet almond.
Well,
I don't know why.
It said frankincense. I know. I thought there was grapefruit though for some reason in it. But anyway.
Olive oil.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Okay. So those are the oils that are in that. But the body butter is incredible, and it is a thicker. And I don't have to use much of it. Like I use it, but it's.
I use a good size, like a quarter size dollop on each leg every morning, and I have a lot of trouble this time of year when the heat's on. Yeah. With my skin drying out. So really, really good stuff. Okay. Wild orange Douglas. Look at that. It's right there.
Guys, sorry. We should have been using some rosemary and frankincense before we started this. You want to reach in and pull something out? And then I'm going to pass the basket to you, Peggy, for you to do it.
Oh. Why don't you pull out all of the Raj stuff?
So doTERRA has several different skincare lines, and they're kind of formulated for skin type and age of skin.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea, they have an HD clear line that is designed for young people.
just for the record, I use in that line, I use
That's,
the,
this is the HD clear line.
that one. Never mind. I don't use any of that. One moment and I'll tell you what I do use.
Yep. The HD clear line has a foaming face
Mhm.
wash, a topical blend, which is an oil blend that I do use from time to time, and a facial lotion. So it's great if you've got a teenager that's just,
Mhm.
you know, or a preteen even, that's just starting to see the oil. And one of the common misperceptions when it comes to face stuff and skin stuff
Mhm.
is that you don't want there to be oil in it. And that's absolutely the opposite of what's true.
Mhm.
The oils in our products help to balance the oil in your skin, because what we tend to think we need to do is dry everything
Dry it
up.
out. Mhm.
And as you're drying it up, the body is overproducing oils, and that's how we end up with
Yeah.
blemishes.
It's kind of the same concept if you're familiar with the thought process about heartburn
Yeah.
and indigestion. And it's actually, you actually need to take in some acid to help with that. And I know that sounds weird, but that's actually what can help
Yeah.
with that as well. So
Yeah.
it's the same.
So that's the HD clear line. We also have a line called the Essential Skincare line, and I actually have, here you go, several pieces of that in here. I guess we're taking products away from people that they could be sharing.
We still
but
got
that's
some in the
okay. Yeah.
basket. That's okay.
My favorite piece out of this line is the Invigorating Scrub.
Okay.
I love to use that. I use it every morning on my skin. I just feel like it gets all of the extra ick off. So I actually will take it and just put it on my skin and leave it for 10 minutes or so. And then I actually put it on first thing, and then I wash it off last thing, and then use the cleanser to finish cleaning my skin. So that's the Invigorating Scrub. It has little tiny, what did they replace it with?
It's not peptides, is it? It's
Oh, yeah, we
I was
have our
looking
handy
to
dandy
see.
little
I know I was
sheet
looking to see. It
there.
doesn't give you. It doesn't.
It
give you
has.
all
It
of the
feels like a
things.
granular
Almost like sugar.
Yeah.
Almost
It's
like a
a
sugar.
very
sugar,
light.
yeah,
Yeah.
sugar scrub,
Sugar
kind
scrub.
of like that. But it also contains grapefruit and peppermint oils.
Ooh.
Again, grapefruit is going to cleanse, peppermint is going to open. So it's one of my favorite
It
products
feels
to
really
put on
good
in the
on your
morning.
skin.
Yeah, yeah. So I leave it on till the end of my shower, and then rinse everything off and
Pass it
put
around. I'm just passing it.
my cleanser on.
Okay.
But
wanna
also
talk
in
about
that
the other?
line.
Okay. And I use, there's the cleanser, just the tube of cleanser. That is what I use on my face in the morning before I get in the shower. So I just use a little bit of it, put it on my face, and so I do use that part of this. I also, this is the anti-aging eye cream that was part of the
BOGO.
BOGO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the special BOGO
Yeah.
we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. The special BOGO we had last month. So this is an eye, again, anti-aging eye cream, and it's one of those that has the cold. It has you this
Roller
little
ball.
roller ball in the middle, and this feels so
It
nice on the
squeezes
eye.
up around the
Yeah.
roller ball.
It
then
comes if you push this down, and it just comes out around that, and then you just do your eyes. So I actually will utilize this sometimes in the eye cream that I use. I'll just dip it in that and use it
that's a good
because of
Yeah.
the cold, and it's reducing the inflammation.
There's a
and
lot of people that will even stick that in the refrigerator, and it lives in the refrigerator, so it adds to the cold.
I'm afraid I forget to use it in the refrigerator. Like I would
That
forget to
could be.
use in my so there's that. Another part is the brightening gel, and this is it is a
I think
little,
that's
you
virtually
actually
empty.
like push up on the bottom, and a little bit comes out, and you can use it on age spots. And it really, I think that's what it's pretty much geared for,
Yeah.
like more age spots. And so there's that. And then there is a tightening serum. And it again just kind of tightens up where things need to be. If you've got some spots, it actually works really well on the chin. And so that and so we had a joke one time. Somebody's like, "I need that for my whole body. I'm going to need a bigger bottle than that for see what it can really tighten up." Is that thing.
So in
yes.
that line of products, it also includes, Amy mentioned the cleanser, the scrub. There's a toner that you can use, the tightening serum, the brightening gel, the anti-age eye cream, anti-aging moisturizer, which that one comes in a tub.
And that is actually, and I just realized that was in that line. That is the eye cream that I use every night and every morning. So I will take the little left, and I use that with the silver ball. I use that too, but I use this cream all the time. So I'll just dip it in this little pot, and it lasts me forever. But I've seen a huge difference utilizing that.
And then they also
I
have a
can-
hydrating cream that would be like your moisturizer.
Yes.
So that is the Essential Skincare line. They came out a couple years ago with this Virage line, and I have fallen in love with the Virage line. It comes with a cleanser, a toner,
Mhm.
a moisturizer, and then there's a serum. I will tell you this, the serum is too heavy for my skin,
Yeah, and it
but
needs
I
to be
love
done.
all the other parts of it.
Mhm.
And if you are somebody that has dry skin, the serum would be perfect for you. But I have combination. Actually, what's interesting is before I started, and I've used good skincare over the years. I've used, what's the one at the mall?
Proactive.
No, well, I've used Proactive. I've used one of the ones that you have to get at the department store. Can't think what it's called.
Clinique.
Clinique. That's it.
Oh, I was thinking that. But
Yeah, Clinique. I've used Mary Kay. I have even used Beauty Counter for a short period of time. Nothing compares to this set. For me, I had combination skin, and I always had dry cheeks in the wintertime, and then everything else was greasy, gross greasy. Everything has evened out.
Well,
using
again, if you
this.
think about it, what are our oils help to bring the body back into balance? So
Mhm.
if however we're using the oils would help with that. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I use the cleanser in my nightly routine, and I use the toner, but then I use the moisturizing stuff from the other line is what I do. So again, that's the great thing though, is that you can kind of, again, they all
Mix and
come
match.
initially when you're starting. I would suggest that you kind of start with in most of that, if we can get the whole
Yeah,
system.
buy one of the kits.
Yeah, of the system of the face stuff, and then kind of see what works for your
And
face.
one of the things I was a Mary Kay consultant years and years ago. Hi, Beth. One of the things that I learned in doing that is when it comes to skincare, you always need to give any new skincare about a 4 to 6 week time period,
Sure.
so that your skin can get used to it and even out and kind of figure out what you're doing and stop the natural reaction that it has to something different. So if you get any of these and you're just really not happy with them initially, give it the full month to 6 weeks to
Mhm.
make sure that your skin kind of evens out and gets a better feel for what's going on.
Sure.
But love this one.
Do we want to do questions now, or do you want to wait till the end?
Peggy's answering your question right now. So
Okay.
there we go.
Okay. Thanks, Peggy.
But we'll go back and read questions.
Okay, so
in a
that,
few
and then
minutes.
there's one other, the Reveal facial system
Yeah.
is a 2-piece system. And it just says, enjoy a spa-like facial treatment in the comfort of your own home with the Reveal facial system. A carefully formulated 2-step process that gives your skin an amazing youthful glow. Review on how to use it, and then it tells you how to do that. So that is another option. So we got
Yeah.
numerous
That's a
options,
deep
but-
cleanse.
Yeah.
Again, I used that for a while.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because I don't think I ever have.
Yeah,
I actually
it's
think
just,
I might
it's just
have it.
something I found I've not
Well, and I
needed,
think if you're
so.
anything, especially once we get to our age too,
Mhm.
we get to where whatever's working, I am not changing
Mhm.
anything,
Mhm.
because the worst thing is having zits when
Well,
you're 50 years old.
Yeah.
My mom, who's almost 80, loves the Reveal system.
Oh, does
Yeah.
she?
Loves,
Interesting.
loves. Yes.
And does she
Loves
use
it.
it like regular? Do you
She
know how
uses
often
it,
she
I
uses
think,
it?
Once or twice a
Couple-
month.
But
Okay,
let's
okay.
just read the description of this. It provides a cleansing and purifying boost to the skin. It helps remove dead skin cells, and then it helps strengthen the surface of the skin. So it's helping to remove the bad and
Mhm.
rebuild the old.
Kind of sounds like the GX assist and the
Yeah,
BB assist. But
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
And then it also increases the skin's ability to absorb important
Well,
nutrients.
I guess I learned something new.
So,
I guess I'm
yeah.
gonna have to get some of this and try. So okay,
Yep.
cool. Good
And
to
then
know.
the last thing, well, we probably should wait and
I
see
don't know if that's in the
anybody picks
basket.
It
or not.
is.
It is. Okay.
It
All right.
is.
So let's see. Lisa, did you pick something out of the basket?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, that was perfect timing. That was
This is the mud mask.
Good job. Good job.
Have you used this?
I do use that.
What do
yes.
you like the most about it?
It's easy to take, to put it on and wash off, and just your face feels so good. It is,
Yes.
and it doesn't feel dry.
Yeah. It's
Like
so
a lot of
interesting.
masks.
Yes, because they do.
Yeah.
Or you have trouble putting them on, and you're just like,
Yes,
"Ugh."
like
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Or everything tightens up and
Yeah.
it
And
feels
then
like
you're
your
like-
face is going to
And then you're like,
crack.
I
or-
cannot talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies, Lisa Comer. So this is our mud mask.
Mhm.
Funny story about the mud mask. Okay, so they released this at convention. and announced it, and they talked to us about it being a mud mask, and it was a face mask, and
Mhm.
all the things. Well, little did they know that doTERRA wellness advocates are very
Crunchy.
crunchy and
Creative.
innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Innovative.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
They all took this home thinking, I'm going to use this as an armpit detox.
Detox. Uh-huh.
So everybody took it home, and they like sold out of it
Oh, yeah.
way
Oh, yeah.
faster than they anticipated.
They were like, they anticipated, I think they said they thought they had like 6 months
Yeah.
worth of it or whatever it was. And it was gone in days.
Yeah.
Days.
And so it was funny because the
Yeah.
males on the executive
Yeah.
team came back with, y'all are just way smarter than we think you are.
I've also
So-
heard people using it on their feet
Yep.
Yeah.
as a foot
So,
detox.
Yeah.
for example,
Mm.
one of the ways that I found it to be really helpful is when I was transitioning from a standard deodorant to a more natural deodorant. Sometimes your body has a learning curve to that, and it doesn't always provide for roses and unicorns. So,
Yeah.
using this under your armpits helps in that detox, and it's
Mhm.
because it's detoxing.
Detoxing.
So it's pulling out all the bad stuff. So using something like this helps pull
Mhm.
those out a little bit faster. And so if you got
and helps
stinky
you make the
teenagers,
transition to
Yeah.
just that quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got stinky teenagers at home, armpits, feet.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'd help. Yeah.
And less is more.
The
Yeah,
other
true.
and okay, so one of the things that people will often mention when they do this is that their face gets really red
Mhm.
when they take it off, and that is true. Your face can. I just don't leave mine on very long.
Yeah.
I put it on
I
like
think they
before I get in the
recommend-
shower, and then I rinse it
10
off
minutes.
fairly. I don't ever leave it that
No.
long
I don't. yeah.
on my face.
8 or
Armpits,
9.
feet, I would, but not on my face.
Yeah,
'cause
it says
goes-
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Rinse
So
off
just play
warm
with
water.
it. But all that to say, if your face if it gets pretty red when you take it off, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
not burned. It's not permanently red. It's just
It goes
kind
away
of a-
within a few
kind of the
minutes.
reaction to that.
And it's-
so yeah, it's a good.
It's just
yeah.
Yes.
you
It's a
can
good
see
one.
that it's on. It's fun to put on and scare your kids or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, so
but-
that's good stuff. On another note,
And
if
it's
you're
clay.
if you're trying to do a detox, if you're trying to switch deodorant and do that, part of the thing that I found useful for that was I added cilantro to a veggie cap with my lemon, lavender, and peppermint at night and in the morning when I was doing that transition, and that helped immensely. I hardly even noticed that I was switching to the natural deodorant. So that was part of the
Yeah.
process as well.
So part of the
It's an
reasoning,
art when
yeah.
you switch deodorant. Yeah.
part of the, and this would make sense with the armpit thing too. One of the things that the mud mask helps do is to reduce pores. So both on your skin, your face, and under the armpits, that's gonna help.
Yeah.
In using that.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What else shall
Did
we?
you pick something, Peggy?
Did you want to pick something?
Oh, I picked the essential one,
Maybe
but
we
I
can
can
pick
pick
one.
something else.
Yeah.
Well,
Have we
since
had
were
anybody-
talking
I was just
about
gonna
deodorant,
say, since we're
Have we
talking-
had anybody mention what their favorite?
Terry Bass is wanting testimonials about the tightening serum.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I can tell you that as far as like under your face, literally I saw a difference in like 2 days. And I don't use it. I
Well,
don't use it all the time now.
Hand me that bottle.
I only use it when I feel like
Here it is.
I take
Yeah,
it.
you know.
When things seem to be
Everybody stop.
more jiggly than I like under my chin. So
I got both of my grandmother's chins.
yes. So honestly, it was very fast from that aspect. If I have, I'm going to be really transparent here. I've tried it in some other areas that might have needed to be and didn't work quite as fast.
Okay.
Just telling you. The chin though worked pretty fast. Under the
All right.
arm, not so much.
All right. All right. Okay. So doTERRA has a couple of really good deodorants that are a natural deodorant. This is the Balance. When they came out with Balance deodorant, anytime they come out with a Balance product,
Product,
Carol's
sure.
happy person. But this just,
I love that.
oh my goodness. It's a natural application of Balance oil that will help just kind of level everything out for the day. They have this one. They have another one that I really like is the
Greek orange.
Greek
sensitive.
orange
Now
and
that one
Douglas
is,
fir.
and that one is for sensitive skin.
Yes.
That one is. So,
Okay.
and I was just going to say, I'm going to tell you the transition to deodorant, depending on your skin and your response to that, can be tricky.
Yeah.
And I myself have found that I have to use the orange. I use the orange first and then the balance, and every day. That's how I use them both.
I
And
do too.
so, yeah. So, hey, Beth, if you feel like you can, will you type up your whole thing with the balance deodorant?
Yeah.
That we have.
I would recommend if someone's transitioning,
Mm-hmm.
you know, from
In deodorants.
We are not an expert on anything
for them
else.
to do the sensitive.
Yes,
first.
absolutely. Oh, I would
Yeah.
absolutely. But
Well,
Jared,
and it's-
doTERRA just came out though with that. That
Right,
one hasn't been
right.
out that
Yeah.
long. So absolutely, I would start.
Especially
Yeah.
if your diet is less than ideal.
Sure.
Yeah.
And for most
So,
of us, it is. So
yeah.
yeah. But I would definitely start with the sensitive and then go. Oh, do you sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
That.
okay.
So, but incredible deodorant.
Yeah.
Sensitive skin. Yeah. So I would definitely start. with that.
And the difference between the sensitive and the
Mhm.
the regular.
Mhm.
This contains arrowroot powder and the balance and there's another one,
It's
Citrus Bliss.
Yeah.
yes.
There's a Citrus Bliss one that both contain baking soda.
Soda.
Mhm.
Baking soda, yes. And if
And
you're
that
gonna
can
be,
be, yeah.
if you're gonna be sensitive to something, it's generally that.
Yeah.
And
And that's what happens if you like try to make your own deodorant,
Yeah.
because we did that, and you can rip your armpits up with
Yeah.
that.
The
'cause
Greek
baking
orange
soda.
and Douglas fir does not
Yeah, it doesn't
contain
have
that.
one. So,
So
and again, if we could probably do a whole thing just about the whole process of switching deodorant
Mhm.
and how to do that, because it is the process. And again, the best time to start to do that is like now in the winter.
Yeah.
Not in the summer.
Yeah.
So okay, another product. What else we got in the basket?
we're getting close to being done.
Oh,
Oh, or not.
the soap.
Soap.
I love the soap.
doTERRA has a couple of different
Mhm.
kinds of soap as well. They have a Citrus Bliss. They have, this one is just a moisturizing bath bar, and it has
That might have the grapefruit in it.
bergamot.
I swear there's
Grapefruit.
grapefruit in something. Oh,
Grapefruit.
thank you. I'm like, I
Grapefruit.
know there's grapefruit.
Yeah,
in something.
bergamot and grapefruit in this one. Now again, bergamot and grapefruit are both photosensitive oils. Bergamot is actually phototoxic,
And
but
again, I've never had any trouble. And I
highly,
use
yeah,
it, yeah. And I was out in the sun
Yeah.
a lot this summer. So we also have Balance.
yes.
Did you say Citrus Bliss?
Mhm.
So, and I have a whole thing too as far as soaps go and utilizing that. So again, if you have, again, my skin likes to freak out on me. So I've just kind of come up with a system that works well
She
for
got a
my skin.
system
So
for her?
some I use at night, some I use in the morning, soap wise. So, and that works. So
If I had to pick one very favorite spa line item,
I know you.
you agree with this one?
Yeah, I know you love it.
You like
I
this
love
one?
it too.
You like this?
Oh,
Not
this
as much
one?
not as much. You love it. I know.
You don't.
Mm-mm.
I do not like.
I don't like the beautiful
I don't
oil.
like the beautiful blend.
Yeah, I
and
don't-
this one, it
The
took me a
blend's
little
bad.
while, but yeah, but I do like it. But Carol
Is
loves
Are
it.
you looking at it?
I love this. First of all, like I said, I have a tendency toward really dry skin in the wintertime. I don't anymore. Here's how I use this. I spray it. This is going to be way too much information.
Well, I'm about to give more information after she's done, so yours won't be anything compared to mine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I spray. Oh yeah, Doug really likes this too.
Go
doesn't he?
ahead. Go ahead.
Just remember, Mom's on here.
It's all right. It's all right.
I spray it down both arms and
Yeah.
rub it in, and then I spray my stomach and my back, and just kind of use my arms to rub it in again.
She does.
Yeah,
Well,
I do the
remember
hokey pokey.
the Uncle Al show
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
were like doing the little
And then I
dance.
spray it down the fronts of both of my legs and use my arms to rub it in. So
Yeah.
lots of rubbing in. And then I
Yeah.
also will do a little bit of right over my décolleté.
Mhm.
The really cool thing about this bottle is that it's a 360
Yes, yes.
degree. It sprays,
It
from all
sprays.
directions
Which
until
is-
it gets almost
Which
empty.
is super
But
handy because again, you're trying to spray your back or
Yeah.
you're trying to spray and you're like, okay, the
It's
bottle
got
goes
to be
upside down
perfectly
and then it
perfect.
doesn't spray.
Yeah.
So this is good stuff. But I will tell you that the beautiful, and this is the beautiful body mist for those of you that might not know, that and the Yarrow Palm Serum. Both of those are really come highly recommended from people as far as personal lubricants. So just throwing that out there. And it's nothing toxic that you might put somewhere and then regret it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, that's
The other thing to keep in mind, and this is information that I only know from
told you.
reports.
Reports. Oh yeah.
Do not make
Yes.
the mistake of using fractionated coconut oil.
That is true. If you're utilizing any, boy, we just went from oils in the bedroom to oils in the bedroom. You cannot use fractionated coconut oil with birth control. It will compromise your
with a
right.
condom.
Right.
Yeah.
It will compromise. It
Yeah.
could compromise the situation. So
Well,
so
I
that
didn't
would
want him
be
to think that you meant the
yes,
pill.
true.
Yeah.
True. Yes, it can compromise that. So
Yes.
anywho,
All right, there we go. Hi, Mom.
I'm gonna have a drink of water.
Yeah, I need a drink of something. What else you got in the back? Have you smelled this?
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Did you? Yeah. So, and again, I don't care for the beautiful
Oh
oil.
gosh.
I don't care for the oil, but I do like the spray. And I think it's the same with like rose oil. Wow.
This has been in my shower.
Yeah. Rose oil, straight oil. I did not like the smell of, but the
Unattended.
rose touch I love. So I like it.
Okay.
Diluted.
Full transparency, I do not use this much. So it sits in my
I-
shower
so
and
does
I
mine.
should
I
have
don't-
wiped it off.
I don't use it much either, but it does. It's in my shower.
This
It's
is
a
the
scrub.
body scrub.
Yeah. It's good
So
stuff though.
again, because my skin's so dry, I try
yeah.
not to do too much
Sure.
extra
Well,
to
and
it.
that even if you just use it on your feet.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've done, where I'll put some on my feet and then I just kind of rub. I'm looking at my feet like y'all can see my
Yeah.
feet. Rub my feet together.
Especially
and do
like
that. So
Last year, I didn't go to get my nails done, my toenails done at all.
yeah. So it just
So
is a,
it was
it's
great
a nice,
to use
yeah.
to help, yeah,
Yeah.
to help get the nasties
Yeah.
off.
Just get your feet.
Yeah. Is this last but not least, these two? Okay.
Nice. All right.
We got two lone products that we haven't talked about. We're doing great on time. So,
Yeah.
okay, this is the Healthy Hold Glaze. I still use a hairspray.
Okay.
But I have found this to be super helpful. It has replaced using a mousse.
Okay.
For me.
I need to go back and try and use that again. So,
Yeah.
And it depends on your hair type. My hair is so fine and light that stuff can really weigh my hair down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a
And this
tricky-
does add a little bit of weight to it. But
Mhm.
what I've also found is that it puts just enough product in my hair that the little tiny bit of what is that called? Volume
yeah.
that I can get is enhanced when I use
Gotcha.
that. So I use literally just like a dime size amount in the middle of the palm of my hand, rub it together and just wipe it over everything after I've gotten out of the shower
Mhm.
and then blow it dry. And right after I've gotten my hair cut, that's all I have to do. The longer my haircut goes and I get it cut once a month, the more I have to use a flat iron or something to get a little bit of extra curl or
Yeah.
whatever. in it. So-
Now we also have a root to tip
Yes.
serum. Do you?
I
'cause
love
use
that.
you do. How do
Yes.
you use that? Can you lean in and tell them?
I-
Because I don't use it. It's too much for my hair. One moment, Peggy's coming in, guys.
All right. What I do is when I get out the shower, my hair is still wet. Even before I brush through it,
Mhm.
I will do most of the time just one pump.
One pump. Okay.
And I rub it in my hands and then I rub it all through my hair, especially the ends.
Mhm.
And then I take my brush and I brush through it.
Okay.
Most of the time I just let my hair air dry.
Mhm.
But if you blow dry it, it is very soft and smooth and
Nice.
shiny. Yeah. So I love it.
And just so that you all know, you can get a kit of
Right.
hair stuff as well.
Right.
So, and I'm not
Comes
talking an
with the-
enrollment kit, like your LRP,
LRP
you can
kit.
add it and it's
Yeah.
just search hair. Yeah. And
Or you
see-
can go just to the area that's kits underneath
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
shopping area of your website. And
Yeah. And
It'll be
let me say, cause I'm sitting here, Lisa's on the other side of the camera, you can't see her. She has super, super curly hair,
Yeah.
which you all know my Ashlyn does too. And she discovered that the same thing when her hair goes curly, that she can utilize all the product. And it took her a long time to even try, because those of us that have straight, flatter hair, we have our own issue, but curly hair is an entirely different animal. And so she was very reluctant to try. And she, as well,
where we're
loves the
trying to get
shampoo.
volume, you're trying to calm.
Yeah, it's gonna calm the crazy.
Correct.
Yes.
You don't need that.
No
Yes.
volume.
So that it can work with both hair style types,
Types.
just so that
Yeah.
you know.
So, okay. So the last but not
Uh-huh.
least is the body wash.
Yummy.
Again,
Good stuff.
Amy's got a son that would
Mm.
drink this.
When they were all still at home before the boys got married, and I mean on the regular, they were like, "Mom, we're out of body wash." I'm like, "Who is drinking it?" I'm like, seriously. And then my 7-foot tall son said, "Mom, this takes a lot of body wash," and I was like, "Okay, I'll give you that." So I started buying them in sets of 2 instead of, so I don't have to order that, quite so much. But it's
Our-
good stuff.
Yeah, it is. Our youngest, the first time, teenager, first time she used it, she came out of the, when she was done, she came out of the shower and she yelled, "Mom, I love that body
Oh,
wash."
I know. It's good
And she
stuff.
still uses
It is good stuff.
Yeah,
I love it
she
too.
loves it.
It contains bergamot, grapefruit, and cedarwood essential oils. So it's nice and uplifting and fresh smelling and
And also grounding.
yes,
It gives you that cedarwood gives you that grounding
Yes.
kind of, yeah.
yes. It's just
Yeah,
great
it's yummy.
stuff.
It's
Leaves
yummy.
your
I like it too.
skin smelling good, feeling good.
And I think the other thing to tell with, and those of you know, when you utilize the oils, again, when we're utilizing a drop or two. The same thing is with our products. You can use a small amount,
Mhm.
and always start with a small amount and see where you go with it.
Yeah.
Because we kind of can overuse, thinking we need to use more, and
Yeah.
with our stuff, you really don't.
Yeah.
So
Well, and just as a handy hint,
Mhm.
I have found that I use less of the body wash
Mhm.
if I'm using a washcloth or a loofah or sponge, that
I
type of
use
thing,
loofah.
than I do if I just put it in my hands, which
I
tends to
agree.
happen when I'm traveling,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just use it that way because it lathers more.
Yeah.
In the
That's true.
so.
So yeah. So
All right.
that is, we covered most of just
Okay,
pretty
what
much everything.
questions we got?
I'll have to scroll back through. Let's see.
Peggy's been over here answering questions.
I think I got most.
Ooh, we got lots of chatter going on. Good job, ladies. Okay. Hi. Good evening. Hello. Hi, Lise. Hi, hello. Okay. Who is the rule of 3? Wants to try the conditioner.
That's a person?
That's what
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
sure enough. Who is that, guys?
Type your name in, please.
So no, that
Lise
is-
likes the lotion. Lotion is one of your favorite spa items. Is that what? Okay.
sometimes it's hard to see.
Terry loves the lotion.
Mhm. Yep.
That's true, Terry. We talked about adding a drop of oil to the unscented lotion, but literally, if you've got a kiddo that struggles with attention, put
Focus.
a focus or attention, that type of thing. Put a drop of whatever their grounding oil is in the lotion and just rub them down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or if you just know, sometimes you just wake up and you just know that day's going to be, you're just kind of struggling. Then
Adaptive, balance,
adaptive,
citrus,
yeah,
whatever
just
you're
do-
happy
yeah,
with.
whatever you want. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I love that option because again,
Oh,
you're not
Denise
locked
adds
in.
Yarrow Palm.
Oh yeah, you're not locked into, your bottle of lotion that's already scented. I mean, you're talking about the unlimited possibilities of your tube of lotion. You can do whatever you want with it,
Yeah.
depending on the day.
Lots of people love the body butter.
Yes.
Rose lotion
Mhm.
helps with a particular skin issue she
Yep.
tested.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Yeah. The body
Several
butter is
people
good
don't
stuff,
have
yeah.
the body butter. Get the body butter.
Well, and it was out for a little while.
Yeah.
And you guys,
It
that.
still is.
So when again,
It's
when
out.
we, it is
It's
still
out again.
Oh, I thought it was back. Sorry.
It was
I thought
for a short
Oh,
period of
okay.
time.
Okay.
I might have bought it all. No, I'm teasing. I did not.
Well, hey, quick question. Which of the wellness kits comes, or did that change? Wasn't there one that was supposed to have a little
Yes.
body butter? Is
Yes.
it still, or did it change?
No, it still comes with it. It's the
I
Mind
think it's
and
the
Mood.
Mind and Mood.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
comes
that
with a little travel size.
a travel size.
1 month it comes with a travel size Epsom salt tub.
Oh.
And the next month it comes with a travel size body butter.
body butter. Okay.
Guess where that went?
What was
Right
I-
to my suitcase.
What was I going to say? I started saying something about the body butter or the
Body butter other than the usual. I love to add it to my feet with socks.
absolutely. I don't remember what I was going to say. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it won't.
Diane likes the HD foaming wash.
Mhm.
She
And
also
again,
uses
once
Rouge.
once you find it, and like I said, when you find stuff that works for your skin, you just, you don't like to mess with it. That's why you freak out, like with makeup, when you like love the colors and then all of a sudden something changes and you're like, what am I going to do without my, chrysalis or
Okay.
whatever?
Terry's
Blossom.
asking for a testimonial from somebody about the tightening serum, but you talked about
Yes,
some
and I
about
saw that
Okay.
question. So I think I
All
answered
right.
that. Terry, if you want to know something else.
Bounce
Cassie.
deodorant almost every day with a switch to Citrus Bliss occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I was out of the Douglas fir one, the
Wild
Wild
orange, the
Frank-
Greek orange,
yeah.
or whatever that is.
for a while, and after, I will tell you this: if you've got super sensitive skin, I did have to do what Amy was doing for a while with the the Greek orange and the
You use
Douglas
the
fir
sensitive, yeah.
first, and then the balance.
Mhm.
But now I've gotten to the place I can use
You
I
can.
don't use the Citrus Bliss.
Ah.
I use the Citrus Bloom.
Well, guys, I love both of those
Yeah,
scents.
I
I
know.
cannot use
Yeah,
the
I can't use
deodorant.
the Citrus
I'm
Bloom.
so
Bliss.
bummed.
Yeah.
When I get really desperate, I use it as my third layer just
There you
because
go.
I want to smell it. But
Yep.
I can't, for some reason, my armpits don't like it.
Yep.
It makes me mad. Okay, but did Beth put everything on here? If not, I'll just tell.
Of the balanced deodorant, sensitive skin blend for the
Because I know
deodorant
the
was
story.
excellent for her.
Here we are.
Sorry, we're having to look close. Selects the information. Oh, Trina's on.
Oh, maybe Trina's that. Maybe that's her. Because I didn't see her
No,
name.
no, it's
Oh,
a
because it
Trina.
says it's Trina. That's right. Duh. Sorry, guys.
She got kicked out. She's trying to get back.
Who?
Had a problem with
Trina.
we didn't kick her out. Had a
No,
problem with regular
It
deodorant.
froze.
Oh, who was that? Denise said she had a problem with regular deodorants until she
Mm.
found doTERRA.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, you remember you used to have trouble when you were
Yes.
younger, and deodorants
Yes.
would just rip up
Yep.
your armpits.
Oh, Terry's given us a list of her most used stuff.
Cool.
Help my face recover from 6 months of neglect. Bless her.
Mm. Well, it's nice to know though that we can kind of there's a lot of people that we've made poor choices. We laid out on the roof of our house with Crisco oil.
Sun in.
When we were a teenager. Sun
Sun
in.
in.
Mhm.
And Crisco oil.
Sun in. Yep.
I got too hot laying outside.
Ooh, yeah,
I've always
see?
been this lily white.
Yeah.
um,
That's interesting. Kevin uses the deodorant and that
Mhm.
was, yeah, that's cool. That's good. Oh, one thing about the deodorant, and I meant to say this, so guys, think about it, okay? Especially as women, we put things in our armpits, deodorant, especially, and we're not talking about the doTERRA deodorant, and then you put them there, and then your arms go down, and you have like a hot box, and you are just cooking what's under there and soaking in. And again, how many women have breast issues for
Yeah.
whatever reason? There's a level of going,
And for
that
sure.
stuff is right there, and
Yeah.
it's right there.
right by the lymph nodes.
Yeah. And so again, even another reason to be able to make that switch.
Yeah.
It just better overall not having to even think about that
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay. The rule of three. The rule of three. We still need you to tell us who
Who
you are,
you?
please.
We're like wondering who this is. And I want to know who she is.
How about we hold her hostage by saying we're not going to answer a question until she tells us who she is?
Who are you? Who are you, friend?
I wonder if that's Connie.
Who are you?
That might be
Maybe.
Con- I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Anyway,
No, I thought I saw her.
Okay.
anyway,
You look pink.
what would be best for eye face wrinkles for us older ladies? That would be the eye,
They're over
the
there.
Yeah, the
roller bottle
the
thing.
eye cream,
The
and,
anti-aging,
Yara
yeah.
Palm.
Oh, and that's actually what I've started doing after our last thing. So I utilize this some, and that's the one that has the little ball on the top.
Yeah.
But I also have the little
Oh, yeah.
eye cream. That's the hang on, let me tell you.
the tightening serum. I've never tried this close to my eyes, though. I don't know.
I did once.
I
and
have.
Did you?
Oh, have
Okay.
Mhm.
And I just
issues?
I didn't
Nope.
I didn't do it anymore.
Okay.
I have to tell you though, to be honest, Immortelle sometimes
Oh,
burns
yeah.
my eyes.
Yeah. It
So-
will.
And Immortelle is for that.
I'll pull it on.
But
top of
I
my
do
moisturizer.
the anti-aging moisturizer, which comes in a little pot. It's part of the Essential Skin line, but I buy that one and I use that. But then I've started to, when I get out of the shower, I do that immediately. And I will be honest with you and transparent with you. I have extremely dark circles and I have my entire life. I can't even tell you how many times as a child I was tested for stuff. I've always had dark circles. And it's very, honestly, it's something that makes me a little bit self-conscious because if I don't even have makeup on, people are like, oh, are you sick? I'm like, no, I just don't have makeup on. But anyway,
She looks like she's been crying.
yes, and it's not. It's just truly have dark circles. But I've started utilizing. I use the anti-aging moisturizer, and then I take the Yarrow serum, and I'm talking just the tiny bit, and I do it on my eyes. Now I do it at night. Sometimes I do it if I've got a gap enough, if I have enough time where I can put it under my eyes and let it sit. I don't have to put makeup on right away. I'll do it, but I have to put makeup on right away. The makeup just goes whoosh, and it doesn't stay on.
Yeah.
So, but I'm interested, and I just started doing that like a week ago. So I'm interested to see if that will help to
Mhm.
lighten it up a little
Yeah.
bit. So,
And like Peggy said, the Immortelle blend is intended for that.
cool.
But honestly, if I was going to do that, I would make sure you had moisturizer
Mhm.
over that area first.
Well, I've even gotten to where I dilute
And then
it
I
even
would
dilute it.
probably put it on my finger and then rub
That's
it
what
in.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just take, and even sometimes just touching the top of the roller
Yeah.
ball tops and then doing it that way. Because it's, again, your under eyes are pretty sensitive. And that's my sister, Beth, that's on here. She is a Mary Kay consultant. And so she and I have worked back and forth with that because I was dealing with a lot of my eyes were super dry. So I was trying to be real careful with what I was doing. So I will tell you this, I do use an eye primer
Mhm.
before I put my cover up on, and that has helped immensely as well. And I use the Mary Kay eye primer, and I love that. So again, as we get older, skin
Yep.
changes, but yeah, so I try to keep that area and I was doing just fractionated coconut oil. And so then she and I were talking, and she's like, you might need something that's specifically made for the eyes.
Yeah.
And again, for me, you might be able to do that, somebody else, but I needed to have that
To help
Yeah.
your
to
concealer
help,
stay.
and then
Yeah.
just everything else around with the eyes go. So
Yeah.
I feel like my eyes are my under eyes are in a better shape. So I'm interested to see how the serum does, if I notice any changes with that. So, okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay,
No more
So let me tell this
comments?
story real quick. So my sister, like I just said, my sister Beth, she utilizes doTERRA. She's a huge, lots of stuff. She uses the deodorant. So she calls me one day and she says, okay, I have a question. She's like, so I ran out of, she said, I emptied my Balance deodorant. Like I'd used it all. So she said, I decided, I'll just grab, and I think it was the Citrus Bloom. I think it was either Citrus Bliss, but I think it was the Bloom. And she says, I've been using it. She'd been using it for probably 4 or 5 days. And she's like, I have been in the worst funk. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, so this morning I thought, maybe it's the Balance deodorant. Maybe it's the fact that I haven't been using the deodorant. So she said, so I used the deodorant, and she goes, and I felt like my day was much different. She goes, do you think that's possible? And I'm like, I do. I mean, I really do. So again, think about it. We're putting it, and then we're putting it in a hot box, where it's absorbing into the system. I mean, it really is. And so I was like, you won't, I mean, again, you wouldn't convince, I
Wouldn't
think
surprise me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So,
Yep.
So
anyway, that's our Healthy Body and Spa products.
mhm.
As a reminder, next week we're going to talk about the kids line and kids oils to use with kiddos. Guys, we only have like 2 or 3 more weeks of this left. Wait, this is class 5, so 3 more weeks,
3 more weeks.
left in this series. Amy and I have some things up our sleeves. So be listening, be watching for more information. And
I was looking to see what we have left.
yeah.
We have the kids.
Yep.
We have, we're going to talk a little bit about AromaTouch and Symphony of the Cells.
Yeah, and I actually had somebody ask me in our text service the other day about what we knew about Symphony of the Cells, and I said, hang on.
I love it.
In a couple weeks, our Monday night session is going to be about that, and Amy's going to talk about Symphony of the Cells,
I love that.
and I'll talk about AromaTouch because.
And then our
she's
last
done more
one
dive.
is Essential Science.
Yep.
So just a little bit more of the science information behind that. And it's good information for all of us to have so that we can answer questions.
We're not talking chemistry
Yeah,
101.
no.
Just
no.
so you know.
So it just gives us some more information.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. Like I said, today, if you're on my email list, you should have gotten, that was in the call earlier. If you're in my email list, you should have gotten an email today. If you're on the text list, you should have just gotten a text just a few minutes ago.
It just came through. Yep. We're all sitting here nodding.
Yep.
Yep. We got it.
Oh my God.
Magic.
And again, let me just give a disclaimer on the texting. It is an incredible service, but it is not a gigantic group text. So don't panic. We've all got in those text messages and you're held hostage, especially if somebody doesn't have an iPhone. And I used to be the one that held everyone hostage until they, And so, but it is a way that Carol can send out messages and then you can respond, but it just goes right to Carol. There's nobody else sees those responses. And she has all of these different text, they're called campaigns, but literally they're almost endless of what you can learn. You can actually they can come through as your own little class on several different things, but you have the option of opting in for different things. So don't think that just once you say, add me, now you get 5,000. You don't. So just, it's really a great service. So.
Yeah. So if you're not a part of those, either one of those yet, if you want to sign up for the email list, just go to carolholtz.com. If you've not been on the website, or if you've not signed up, if you've not been on the website for a little while, then if you just scroll down on the bottom to the bottom of the page after about 45 seconds, there's a box that will pop up.
Oh, that offers you that?
Yeah, that offers you that opportunity. You can also scroll down. No, I'm supposed to take that off. Never mind.
She's been tweaking her website a little bit.
If you've not been on my website lately,
looks great.
run over there because I've been doing
not that
a lot
it
of
didn't
work
look
on
good
it.
before. It did look good. It just it's really
I'm learning, guys. I'm learning.
It's really cool. So
So if you want to be on the text service, text the word LEARN, LEARN, all lowercase letters, to 615-270-2980. and that'll get you automatically added. You'll get a welcome text,
Mhm.
and you'll be all set and ready to
And
go.
listen, just so you know, Carol was like ahead of the game, because now all of a sudden, like, I don't know, those of you that follow like Bible study or speakers that speak, Lisa Turkhurst, she has look, guys, I have her in my phone, Lisa Turkhurst, her little texting number that, you know, you could text a question or prayer request or whatever to. So that is like becoming the thing. People are realizing that they're going to different modalities. You know, social media is a little wonky at times. So there's other options. So just sign
And
up
we're
for that.
working on other stuff too.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right. I think that's it for tonight. Is there anything we forgot?
Don't think so.
All right. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Have a good evening.